Hi, my name's Denise. I'm the owner and creator behind these Purdy Pieces. Thank you for coming back to my channel. For this video, I will be showing you how my industrial machine handles different fabrics and thicknesses. The thread I will be using is a Tech 70, also known as an M40. I'll also be using a needle size 110/18 industrial needle, freshly changed for this video. And for the comparison lineup, I have tried to think of fabrics and interfacings that you'd use in a bag and whether or not they could all be done on the one machine. So to start off with, we have 2 layers of uninterfaced quilting cotton, 2 layers of denim to kind of show it a medium weight fabric. I don't have any waterproof canvas to use that as an example, but I have some on the way, so if that's something you'd like to see, I can try that on this as well in another video. And 2 layers of marine vinyl uninterfaced. The next lot are interfaced or stabilised pieces. So we have 2 layers of interfaced quilting cotton. It's been interfaced with wovenfuse. 2 layers of quilting cotton again, interfaced with wovenfuse and decovil light. Excuse the colouring, I left my press on it just a touch too long. New press, learning how to use it. I have 2 layers of marine vinyl that have been stabilised with decovil light. I have 2 layers of marine vinyl that have been stabilised with, one with decovil light and one with decovil heavy. And then I have quilting cotton that's been interfaced with wovenfuse, stabilised with decovil light, and also has the additional stabilizer of foam on it. And I have a piece of marine vinyl that has been stabilized with a strip of decovil light. I folded it over. This is to show if you were to make simple strap connectors on a bag and how the machine would handle going through all those different variations of layers. I also have, as if we were going to make bag straps, marine vinyl that's been folded over 4 times, so as if you were creating a nice folded in clean bag strap. An additional 4 layers, as if you wanted to, in case you wanted to fold over the bag strap and sew through 8 layers of vinyl. And then, just to see if we could do it, an additional 4 layers of vinyl to make 12 layers of marine vinyl, and whether or not the machine can go through that. To make it easier for us to see how the machine sews through it, I've put 2 different colours in the machine. So I have orange on the top and light blue in my bobbin, so we'll be able to see the tensions and whether or not I've played around with the tensions enough that it just sits nicely in the middle. I think that's it. Alrighty, well, let's get started with this. Starting off with the 2 layers of uninterfaced quilting cotton. Lifting up my pedal, holding my tails back, putting my fabric underneath. I have the machine set, actually it looks a little bit off. I will have the machine set to a stitch length of 5. Now I know obviously with thinner fabrics you should most probably do it smaller, but I think this would be a nice mid-range for all the layers that we're going to go through. Right, so my fabric is in, hold my tails back, press the foot pedal, and away we go. Right, so As you can see, or maybe not, this is 2 layers. It has pinched the fabric a little bit, but I don't think it's that bad. I will go through and add photos. I'll take photos of each of the layers and add them in between each of the pieces of fabric that we go through to try and make it easier for you to see. This is in between stretch. It looks pretty good. I'm quite impressed and happy with that. I don't know, sorry, I'm not quite sure where my camera is. How that has turned out. Like, you can't really see the orange, you can't really see the blue. The blue and the orange that you could see, I think, would be mainly down to the size of the needle and the hole, the needle and the thread and hole, and what they were making, really. I wouldn't be angry at using that so far for a bag. Like, if you pull it, you can see, but that's pulling on the fabric. Okay. Next layer, we have 2 layers of denim. Denim donated by my husband's old jeans. Alright, foot up, fabric under, foot down, and that's just nice. That's nice. Can't see any of the orange in the back. Can't see any blue on the front. Stretching of the denim, that looks really good. Again, I will have photos close up after this, after each portion. That's the intent. Next one is 2 layers of non-interfaced vinyl. It's quite nice. One second, I'm just going to check where the camera actually is. I think I may have been holding them up a bit too high. It's okay. Okay, good. Learning video, learning how to do YouTube, learning how to take videos. That looks pretty good. Can't see it. Next one are the interfaced fabrics. So we have 2 layers of quilting cotton interfaced with wovenfuse. So this would probably be a similar standard to what you'd use for the linings of your bags. You can see that the gathering of the fabric, or the pinching between this one and the non-interfaced quilting cotton is much less. Again, you can see the blue bobbin, but I would put that down to the size of the needle and the size of the thread. But again, I'm not angry. What is it pointed in it? It's a fraction big, but yeah, I think that's pretty good. Next one up is 2 layers of quilting cotton, both interfaced with wovenfuse and stabilised with decovil light. Again, learning how to use my heat press, so that's why the colour's a bit off. I think that looks good. Yeah. That looks good. Let's go with the 2 layers of vinyl, stabilised with decovil light. That looks good. I really like that. Nice, neat. You can see a little bit of the oil residue. Gave the machine a little bath. That looks good. I would probably, if I were to do stitching on the outside like this, I would possibly make the stitch length a little bigger. But again, it's on 5, just so that we keep it consistent. We have 2 layers of marine vinyl again, 1 interface with decovil light, 1 interface stabilised with decovil heavy. This to me would say something similar to a base of a bag and the side of a bag, and the seam and how you'd sew them together. Quite possibly you might also have foam in it or fleece as an additional, but I haven't included that in this lot, obviously. We'll see how this goes. Nope. Yeah, it looks nice. It's very neat. Can't see the orange. Can't see the blue. Again, I'd probably loosen it. And the next one is quilting cotton, interface with decovil with wovenfuse, stabilised with decovil light, and foam. Again, discoloration. Okay, it's burning. I burnt my decovil light. New heat press. And stabilised with foam, fusible foam, one-sided. And then we have a piece of vinyl that's been stabilised with a piece of decovil light and also has double-sided tape to hold it together. So this is to demonstrate how it would sew through all the layers as if you were putting a simple strap connector on a bag. So I'll fold that over, because then your ring would go through there. You put it on your bag, and then we would sew. Hold the tails out of the way. And try to, so you can see. Needles up, that's okay. Again, a little bit. I think that would, the orange coming through there is because I didn't have my needle down when I turned it. Otherwise, you really can't see the orange there. You can't see any blue there. I would lengthen the stitch length for this. So again, that was quilting cotton, wovenfuse, decovil light, fusible foam, a layer of marine vinyl stabilised with decovil light that has been folded over to demonstrate to show what it would look like and how it would sew if you were making a simple strap connector on a bag. Then we're making our straps. Not a problem. Not a problem. Except for the fact that I can't line up vinyl. We'll go to this part here. 4 layers of marine vinyl. Went through it beautifully. Again, it's not surprising. It is an industrial sewing machine, so I want it to be able to do that. Let us add another 4 layers of vinyl and see how that goes. So I just put that on top, so now we're up to 8 layers of vinyl. Layers of vinyl, like butter. Not a problem. Not a problem at all for it. It looks fine to me. And then, just because we can, add another 4 layers right on top of there. So we're now up to 12 layers of vinyl using a stitch length of 5, a Tech 70 thread or an M40, and a size 110/18 industrial needle. Just a standard one, not leather or anything like that. And lift the pedal, lift the foot up, slip that under. Let's see how this goes. I haven't lengthened the stitch length. It might cause a little bit of trouble, but let's see. Oh, it looks like it's a little too thick. Yeah, so it's not catching. It hasn't caught. So what we'll do is, what I'm going to do, going to lengthen the stitch length. Let's lengthen it to 7 and see if that makes it a little bit easier on the 12 layers of vinyl. Okay. It appears to have caught. that's okay. Please hold. Actually, no. Watch this. Let's see me attempt to. Oh, there we go. Get the thread out. So it didn't like that. Now, I will be honest. I actually sewed 16 layers of vinyl when I first got this machine, and the company had already threaded it with a Tex 135 thread and a size 22 needle. It went through 16 layers of vinyl, not a problem. So, my theory is one of two things. The thread is too thin and the needle are too thin for the 12 layers of vinyl, which is why it needed, oh actually look, it caught one, which is why the larger thread and the larger needle worked. Or two, and I think this is the most likely culprit, like I said, I put in a fresh needle into this machine. This is the second time I've inserted a needle into this industrial machine, or any industrial machine really. I'm going to possibly put it out there that I haven't pushed the needle up far enough into the post. I don't know what that's called, the post. And that has kind of maybe not put the timing quite in there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to quickly get my trusty screwdriver and my pair of pliers and see if I can fix that a little bit and see if that helps. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I thought I'd just do this on video with you guys watching because, hey, we're learning together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my machine off. God forbid I actually accidentally run my finger over with an industrial needle. That would be horrible. I'm going to raise the needle as high as I can get it. Undo that screw. Not all the way because I don't want the screw to come out. And then pull out the thread. And I found that this is in there really tight. So that's the needle out. Now, making sure that the big divot in the needle is on the left hand side. So put that. Oh, actually I also feel sticky residue from double-sided sticky tape. Maybe that might also mess with it. So I'll try and stay out of the picture. Put that back in there. And that's the way it goes. Making sure that the needle is fully engaged. And I think that is as high as I can get it to go. So we'll tighten the screw back up. Re-thread just this part of the needle. I haven't done this any other way except for feeding this through the foot. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but what I've been doing so far to prevent nesting, so it makes it easier for me to grab the tails as well. Alrighty, turn the machine back on. Pull these threads down so I don't get confused. Okay, so 2, 4, 8, 12. tails out of the way, foot lowered. Okay, so and you can see it skipped a stitch there, and it skipped a stitch there, but after that it was pretty good. I really think it's because of now that I've felt the needle, I think it's because of the sticky residue from the double-sided tape and possibly the needle size. I'm going to be adding footage of the original layer test I did when I first got my machine. You may want to turn the volume down a bit. I haven't quite figured out how to edit sound. Okay, let's go 12 layers of vinyl. I just fold it over again. It's quite a clearance under there. Like, really, it's a lot. There's one. So 12 layers of vinyl. And I think we'll just do one more. Actually, no, let's keep going. Let's keep going until I can't do anything. So 12 layers of vinyl. 14 layers of vinyl. How high can my foot go? 14 layers of marine vinyl. Oh, a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of a hiccup there. I don't know what that was. Different section. It's 14 layers of marine vinyl. You can see that it's starting to struggle a little bit, or get a little bit tighter. Let's see, I can make 16. So again, I fold it over. 16 layers of marine vinyl. Let's go. And foot up. I think this is going to be the limit of it because I can't get any, don't think I'll get another layer underneath that foot. And no, the machine didn't like it. You can see it, but it has shredded. Again, I went to go lift the lever. Yeah, no, okay. So that's a pretty good limit there, really. It did not like 16 layers of marine vinyl. It didn't like that. I'm sure it would have been fine, maybe, if it was a neat bundle of marine vinyl. That didn't have, you know, like, bits of thread already all through it. And you can see that. It just shredded the thread. Didn't like it at all. Okay, so, conclusions. This machine, with Tech 70 or M40 thread and the size 18 needle, I think is perfectly reasonable to use all over for the bag. it's fine with the standard quilting cotton. It had no issues with interfaced quilting cotton. I would not be angry at all with those as my stitches inside a bag, what you would see. Not a problem at all with that. You'd never, yeah, no, just not a problem at all with that one. As you saw, hopefully I've added it in, the other video that I had where I showed you the initial vinyl over 12 or 16 layers with the larger thread. Not a problem at all going through all those layers. So that was fine. It did struggle with the Tex 70 and the size 18 needle, so I think a larger needle and a larger thread, or no double-sided 60, and it wouldn't have a problem with 12 layers of vinyl. I would be quite happy using this bag to make this machine to make a bag from beginning to end. Yeah. I think that's it. Alrighty, well, thank you for joining me watching this video. If you have any queries or comments or suggestions for any other videos, please put them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll talk to you next time. Alright, bye!